Bro, my littest place was Miami. I'm not going back there ever again for a while. Life's good, can't complain. What's up, GQ? It's your boy Jamar Chase, aka Uno. I'm gonna tell y'all how I made, saved, and spent my first million.
These NFL players, the NFL money is a little bit different than NBA money and baseball money. Baseball and NBA money is insane. The NFL contracts, a lot of times, they're not guaranteed. So it's a completely different conversation when it comes to, how it is that they're managing their money effectively. So I have not seen this video. Somebody sent it to me. So I do want to get into this.
I'm from Harvey, Louisiana.
This is going to be good. He's from Louisiana.
On the west bank of New Orleans. It was cool growing up there. I was always in between Harvey and Gretna, staying by my grandmother. My first job, I didn't get paid though. So like, it wasn't really a job. I did it just for the fun of it. I was working at the snowball stand in Pebble Walk, giving out snowballs, candies. And then I also worked at a concession stand at Oak Dub Playground. I was broke, man. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't had nothing. So the first thing that I bought with my own money was some Allen Iversons, some Reeboks. That was my first pair of kicks I ever bought, but majority of my money just went to straight shoes and sneakers. So,
shout out to Roger Marine. Roger Marine says, with my BS in cybersecurity, I am offered $130,000 to $330,000 every week. They're offering this every single week. Hey, Roger Marine, tap in with me, bro, because I was on a call with somebody that make $400,000 a year yesterday. And I was giving them some tips on how they can double that. It blew their mind. Tap in with me, Roger Marine. The Uncle Tom says, I may not have Anton money, but my wife haven't either, nor the females around me had to pay for anything. Nah, listen, the Uncle Tom, you dope, because it ain't even about having my money or anything, because this dude's that got more money than me, right? Don't make me better than anybody. But what it does is I've been like this since I jumped off the porch. If I can't afford to go, or if I can't afford to cover everybody, then I'm not going to go at all. But I understood the assignment. You know what I'm saying? The assignment was to make sure that everybody is taken care of under my covering when I go out. So shout out to you, to Uncle Tom and your wife. Let's get to it. The one thing that I want to say about this, though, is I think that growing up poor or growing up in certain environments can help and hurt you depending on how it is that you go about looking at it, right? It can humble you in that it puts you in a position where you feel like, well, I done already been through the worst. So everything that I'm doing now is points on the board. It shows your humility. It humbles you. You truly know the meaning of what money is, or, having opportunities, and it's not as fleeting because it's more meaningful because you come from nothing. You know what it feels like not to have. So to have can be a humbling experience. And this is not what everybody, but this is just, my assessment. On the flip side, though, because you're not used to having anything and you don't understand how money works, it can work against you, and that you're not financially planning for the long term. So let's continue to get into the video.
That was the main thing I was trying to grab. Man, LSU was probably one of the best experiences I ever had, actually. I had a blast, man, honestly. The coaches, from the teammates, to family and friends all coming. So it was just a great time to be a part of LSU. And the time I walked through those doors, they took good care of me. If we're being honest, I didn't really want to go to school. I don't think no athlete do. But you know what I'm saying? I went there, and I used to say, I'm only here for football sometimes, so.
He said, shout out to Brock. Brock says, shout out to the Louisiana natives. Harvey and New Orleans is basically right next door to each other. And Biloxi is like an hour away. So I usually fly into Biloxi, go on a party in New Orleans, and then drive back. So because I ain't trying to get caught up in no stuff. But shout out to everybody down in Louisiana. He said he went to school just for football. He ain't cared nothing about none of that. He said most athletes. Now, here's the problem. That works for him because he's a fucking anomaly and he's a monster, right? But that don't work for everybody. So every athlete that's going to college, they have a unique opportunity to put themselves in a great position or to learn as much as they can. But he was like, yo, I just went there just to play football. I ain't give a fuck about nothing. I was just trying to get into the NFL. And that's dangerous. It's good for him, but it's dangerous for everybody else because these dudes get washed out and then, you got to come and pick me up in your Uber.
That was my main goal, was to make it to the NFL. The
But I
whole
like his
experience was, it didn't feel real. Like, it was so real. It just felt fake, man. Like, and then it happened so fast. It was all of a blink of an eye. So I really wasn't at the draft for more than 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? So I tried to wait to hold my tears back until I got back to the hotel room. I did that, thank God. So I just made sure I showed like the little happy side. It was a fast process. I flew out to Cincy.
He's
like,
a humble
I think
dude,
the next
bro.
day. Everything just went by real fast.
He's incredibly humble.
You can see the details of my first league contract right here.
Let's look at this contract. All right. Drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals as the 5th overall pick in 2021. So he's only a year into the NFL. No injuries. This is his rookie contract. This is his contract coming out of college, okay? 5th overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft. Received a 4-year, $30 million contract, $30.8 million contract. It's a lot of money, right? That's the equivalent of $7 million a year. 7 and some change. 7, 14, 20, 20. $7.5 million a year, basically. Let's say $7.6 million a year is what he make. $7.6 million a year. And on top of it, he basically received 20 M's. $20 million signing bonus. Now, the thing that they don't tell you a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, is that first you in a top tax bracket. So everything that he's making, cut it in half. It looked like a lot of money on the outside, and it is a lot of money on the outside. After 4 years, he'll been and made $50 million plus. That's a nice chunk of change. It's no way that he should have to survive. After 4 years, he should be set for the rest of his life, and then everything else, he can do whatever he wants with it. This is what I would tell him as a financial advisor. If I was a financial advisor. After 4 years, 50 M's gross, he should be set for the rest of his life. Here's the caveat. Let's just say he got 25 now because of taxes. And then let's just say he got to pay 5 to 10% for agent fees and lawyer fees as a result of negotiating the contract. That's another $5 million. You already went from $50 million to $20 million without even playing a down, without making a purchase, without doing anything. You've already went from $50 million to $20 million. Ain't that crazy? The government get half. Because you in Cincinnati, the state get a piece of it. The agents and the signing fees get a piece of it. And this is $4 million. So now you're down to the equivalent of $5 million a year, from $50 million to $5 million a year take home. That's what they don't teach you. They don't teach you financial literacy. They don't teach you how to go about doing things more effectively. And so this 50 M's that he got for 4 years, and he got the lump sum, the signing bonus, 20 million. Just right off the top. No houses, no cars, no gas money, no friends, no relatives, no none of that, no stunting, no nothing. 20 million right off the bat because you're in the top tax bracket and you got to pay your lawyers and you got to pay your agents and all of that.
We talked about how I made my money. Now we're going to talk about how I spent my money.
This is the fun part.
Yeah, so the first thing I bought was my mom's car, okay? That was about $65K, got her a Mazda. My pops.
I guess a Mazda is a Maserati. So he spent $65,000, which I think Maseratis are trash cars because all they are is souped up Chryslers. He spent $65,000. The first thing he bought was his mom a car. Usually what athletes say is they buy their moms or they family cars and houses. So he spent $65,000 right off the bat for a Maserati.
Came to me about it. She been having an Audi, and the Audi was like real bad. The air stopped working in it, so she's not about to try to ride around in no hot car. So gotta get her a car ASAP. It's like a midnight black with red interior Mazda. It's real nice. Already came stocked, so I ain't paid no extra. She was crying, like tears of joy. So that was good to see. She made me start crying.
So every person's dream is to take care of their mother. He don't even sound like he from Louisiana, but let's continue.
Then I got myself some jewelry, 50K on that. Got me some grills, chain, watch.
Jesus. Yo, this is nothing but the rapper's blueprint. This dude is humble, and I actually like him, and I hope that he actually is going to say something that's smart after he get done making himself feel good. He said he bought his mom a car, and then he went and got some jewelry. He didn't say I bought no real estate. He didn't say I invested in the stock market. He didn't say I even bought no cryptocurrency. He didn't say he put money into nothing. He said I bought a car for my mom and some jewelry.
Couple bust downs, so got my chosen piece.
No, don't get the bust down. Listen, I was telling Kevin Samuels this. When Kev first started getting into watches, I had a conversation with him, and he said, Anton, give me the brands that you think makes the most sense. And I was telling him Patek Philippe's, APs, and Rolexes. Stay there. You also will be safe if you go with a tag. You can go with, a couple of the brands, whatever, so on and so forth. But stay away from all of this other crap and never put a diamond, never alter whatever your watch is. Always, he said it's not even a car. It's not a watch no more. The watch is devalued because y'all put a bunch of diamonds in it. Always when you buy assets, keep it stock. Never buy a depreciating watch or any kind of jewelry unless you just want to stunt and have fun and you get money like that. And you get money like that, so I guess he can do what he want to do, but I would never put any kind of customization on my watches.
One of one, chosen one. Got Uno at the top of it. Created real royal. Jason of Beverly Hills. Got this from my guy from New York, actually, out here. Emerald cut diamonds, difference. And the bracelet just came when.
Look at that piece of shit.
And
again, he's a nice guy, but
I'd have get in love with.
That's a piece of shit watch.
With jewelry, so shout out to Jason. If I get another jewelry piece, I might get a big Cuban or something like that. If I'm looking up to anybody, like with jewelry and clothing wise, it would probably be Fab.
No.
For sure, because Fab really just do everything, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of different styles, so, Fab.
Listen, y'all go to Watchfinder. Go find you somebody that you can look up to that understands and appreciates nice timepieces. They can tell you everything as far as the history of it. Matter of fact, I got a book in there. Let me show you. Get the lights up. Anybody that comes to my place, one of the first things that you see when you walk in or where you sit down on the couch is this. And this is what they give you when you buy Rolexes and things like that. And so there are certain pages that's earmarked. This is how I knew that I wanted my presidential, right? It's right here, except for I got the champagne dial and I wanted the slats on it. So I have certain pages that's earmarked of watches that I already have on order. Trust me, you'll be getting those soon. But you never want to, and it tells you the history. It gives you the breakdown of each watch that's in the collection a day. Rolex has different watches that are coming out and things like that. This is one of the watches that I'm actually coming up with next. It's a Sky Dweller, but it's a specific chocolate Sky Dweller that I'm getting. So anybody that understands jewelry, it ain't about a bust down. It ain't about a Cuban. It ain't about the diamonds. It's about the actual heritage and the appreciation of the watch. And if you don't understand what a timepiece is, then you need to start following other channels. And this is the stuff that's in my algorithm. I don't follow fucking rappers. I don't follow a bunch of these other things. I follow things that can educate me or people that can educate me on the heritage behind why things came to be and why, hey, this particular astronaut wore this watch on the moon and this particular race car driver, it was engineered just for that. And this is why they race in this particular car and how it came so popular, because I understand my assets before I buy them, because I know that they appreciate over time and I can enjoy them because I understand the history and the heritage behind it. Having a nice watch is culture, right? We don't have to do the things that rappers do. We don't have to do the things that entertainers do. We can do the things that give us a little bit more insight so that we can make more informed decisions. And not only can you enjoy and appreciate it, it goes up in value over time. But when you're making uninformed decisions, which I think that he's a good guy and he's a humble dude, and I hope that as we go through this video, he actually gives us better insight on how he's spending his money. I think he's wasting it. He's wasting it. But he's young. He's young. And he'll get probably more money as he goes along. And then hopefully he becomes more informed on how he can make better decisions.
Once somebody I'd be looking at the most.
Oh, Jesus.
Next, I spent another $50K on clothes. Had to start coming with that drip, that sauce, that melon, that swag.
No.
So another $50K on clothes. I don't really have a stylist. I just go to somebody like I shop to.
on clothes.
I got a different.
I ain't heard no investments. I ain't heard no stock market stuff. I ain't heard none of that. Christopher J says, good morning, people. Shout out to the Bag Chaser. See y'all in Detroit next month. Remember, this guy is a kid. Hopefully he'll grow out of this. Correct, which is why I'm not necessarily killing him, but I'm using this as an example. And shout out to you for the super chat. I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to use what he's saying to give y'all some information on how you can make more informed decisions, because y'all gonna be rich, especially my bag chasers. A lot of y'all done doubled and tripled y'all income. And I don't want you to then take that income and do some of the crazy things because you can increase your lifestyle. I want you to make more informed decisions, make investments, you reduce your tax burden, and then you can also start to use what you make from those investments to start buying the things that you really want. You don't want to start, Jesus Christ. He need to call me. Yo, call me for a coaching session, fam.
Couple people that I talk to all the time. So they just send me, all the stuff they get in new, and then that's when I pick. Got some Off-White G-Nights, the Trophy Room 5s. I got some real limited edition kicks. So that's just some stuff, I always wanted. So I had to go get that.
All right, so we 165 in the hole and we ain't went nowhere yet. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Next, I spent about maybe almost a rack on tattoos. I got a portrait of my grandmother. I got, her birthday right here. Last Supper on me. Loyalty or betrayal. I also got one on my rib too, so I got a couple tattoos.
This is stressful.
I try not to copy tattoos, man. Tattoos are already permanent.
This is
it's
very,
hard
very
trying to come up with
stressful.
your own ideas of tattoos. But growing up, Odell was definitely the main person. And then I started looking at Jamal Adams, because Jamal Adams got nice tattoos.
Oh, okay. He spent $1,000 on tattoos, not 10,000. All right, but still, the problem is he only $166,000 in on his first million, and he make a lot of money. But again, stressful because I would like for him to actually invest in himself.
Yeah, so next, I made sure I look out for my brothers and sisters, gave them all $15K each. Made sure, they took care of all their needs, cars, anything they needed. $15K for my sisters and brothers. I didn't really know how much I was gonna give them at first. I was gonna give them like 5 to 7, but them getting that much just randomly, what I'm saying? I feel like they would splurge and get rid of it quick. So I just end up doing $15K each so they could, actually put some aside and spend some too. So, just want to help.
Ain't nobody put none of that money aside. Jesus, this dude is $211,000 of his first million. And see, the problem is, and shout out to IH. IH said this is why many teams have veterans on the team to school the rookies. Some of the veterans is out here doing dumb junk too, though. Listen. He gave them 15 racks each out of his first million, which it doesn't mean that they're going to put it up. It means that they feel like more is coming because he's just now getting his feet wet and they're going to have an appetite that's wet to continue to get the bag from him. This is horrible. I'm very stressed out right now. I'm very, very stressed out. Thank you, Brock, for continuing to support the platform. I appreciate you for the fireball set. Pass, I love checking in. This is very much stressful. This is very stressful. This is 211. All of the things that he's done up to this point is not good. That's all bad.
Next, I got my mom's crib. Paid the house off, so that's officially her house. We own it. That was about $100K. Making sure the house is paid for, the bills are straight, so we can have somewhere and have a family crib. We've been in it for about 5-6 years now. You know, it was just a house that.
But that's crazy though. He only spent $100,000 to pay off the family house. And where? He must be in Louisiana. Got to be in Louisiana, because I don't know anywhere where you paying off, unless it's only like they already had a mortgage. Because if you bought a house, he said they've been in it for 5 or 6 years now. So they had to have had the house. And so that was what they was mortgaged. And so that's probably what they owed. $100,000? I'm glad that he actually paid the house off instead of buying a new house, but that seemed a little low.
She wanted it, you know what I'm saying? She already made adjustments to it, you know, and we was having a lot of hurricanes. I think we had like 2 hurricanes came back and messed up the crib. So, you know, I don't
understand why anybody build in Louisiana.
Making sure everything was good.
Place is gonna be underwater in 10 years, bro. Louisiana is not a place that I would ever buy a house, bro. That place is...
Rookie dinner. I paid for a rookie dinner the whole season this year. So I spent we had 17 games, so you could do a little bit of math. I spent probably about a band every game plus tax, so that round up to about $20K.
Hope you're writing that off.
Rookie dinner.
Hope you got a
prom on 12 and Italian prom.
And you actually
Those two
was taking
spots
them
was
out
always
to
the
talk
spots
about
I was always going to.
Who on the team spends the most money when you guys go out?
Tyler Boyd. Off dump.
Jesus.
Appreciate you. He basically like the older brother for us. So basically he do the club and I do the food.
And see, this is what I was telling you. The OGs ain't no better. The reason why the young guys is acting like the old is doing what they doing is because they acting like the older guys. And the older guys is out here in the club messing up a check, messing up the church's money. And then the young guys come back and they do the same thing at dinner. So he spent $20,000 on food for the team dinners, which is at least a rack per outing. And the OG is over there getting bottles and in the club and throwing all of the money up, and they out there spending money too. We got to do better. We got to do better, y'all. This is bad. And I really, really like this young dude because he seems so humble, but we got to do better. This is so sad. And we get money and then we don't actually own any fucking thing, because the only thing that he actually bought worthy of something was he paid off the mortgage. All of that money is gone so far.
Had any crazy bills. The only bill that I had was like $5K for the rookie, for like another rookie dinner that I did, but that was about it. So I passed like that. Next, I got me something to ride around good in. Got my dream car, a little Wraith double R. That came up to $300K.
Jesus. And he paid cash for it. Listen, yo, he bought it cash. He bought a Wraith for $300,000 cash. Boy, that boy need a coaching session so I can tell him how to be able to finesse that, get a write-off and everything. He is messing up the bag. Oh my fucking God.
Nice double R with orange interior seats, fur carpet. You know what I'm saying? So it's worth it. I've been wanting that car my whole life, honestly. It was either a Wraith or a Ghost, so I went with the Wraith. After my pro day, I went training in Miami at HOA, and Jarvis Landry
all I see is $100,000 that he invested so
all the time. And he had some nice 4Gs on it, man. So 4Gs. When I seen that, I was like, yeah, I gotta get that whip. You know what I'm saying? I gotta add that to the collection for sure.
Jesus Christ.
Next, I wanna get a Porsche. I want something with 2-wheel drive. I don't know if I should call it a play car, but that's what I'm gonna call it. Tech R 911 maybe, something like that, just to have some sporty and fast. I really try to go for something I like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really go for the style. My favorite car is like worth $5 million right now. Like, I'm not getting that shit. It's like a Bentley with a drop top, bro. It's like brand new. So that's something I want, but I know I ain't gonna get, so.
That's the first thing that I've heard him say that was actually wise. And again, you gotta understand that these guys are young, but the problem with this mentality is that the shelf life of an NFL player isn't that long. So even when I seen somebody in the chat that said that his OG in the NFL is 25. So you got kids leading kids, and the shelf life of most NFL players is very low. And so when you're being influenced by people that you consider an OG that's only 25 because he probably only 19, 20 years old, you spent $100,000 of $1 million and the only thing that you actually have to show for it is the $100,000 in Louisiana that you paid off for the house. So he probably at what, $500,000-$600,000 in, and he ain't bought not one asset. The watches and the jewelry he bought depreciate. Car depreciate. Ain't even a business expense. Clothes drip, nothing. All gonna be gone. Next year it's gonna be trash because it's gonna be a new style in. $15,000 a piece for all of his friends and siblings and brothers and sisters, gone. Car, Maserati, wasn't even a business expense, done. It's done. It's bad. It's all bad. And the thing is that, yeah, you could say, well, it's only $1 million so far. This is the first million. This is probably a reflection of how the rest of the millions are going to go, because you don't change. You just become more of what you already are. AL says he only spent $1K per team meal. That's actually not bad. I heard other athletes were saying they had to pay $70,000 in one meal. Got to feed the offensive line because they're the ones that protect you. So, yeah, I mean, you know, if you got to get hazed a little bit, then spending $20,000, that's probably the best thing that I've seen.
Yeah.
600, over 600,000 so far.
The rest of this, I saved, just put it away, make sure I have it for a good day with my family, friends. You know, something that's real important down the line.
Jesus. Saving
your money is way better than spending it. You don't know how much you're losing when you're spending, so try to save is better. I mean, I'm excited to have all this in front of me, but I'm gonna be more excited when I see all of my money in front of me, you know what I'm saying? So this was definitely a goal of mine, to see $1 million in cash, and got a chance to do it.
The problem with what he just said, he said he took the other $300,000 and something and he saved it, right? So most people would say, oh, Anton, sounds good. But again, this is why you need people in your ear that can actually help you grow your money. So A, he didn't say invested it, he said saved it, which means that the money is diminishing in value every single day. And then B, you didn't hear the other red flag. The other red flag is that he's saving it so he can make sure his family and friends are taken care of. Humble dude, nice guy, actually a very, very talented NFL player. Don't know if he's going to get injured next year. Shout out to Niner Blue, says, reach out to Shaq, Emmitt Smith, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Serena. You have many examples of right decisions versus wrong decisions. He needs to contact them. Nah, because everybody, why would they contact him? He said he put up all of the money to make sure that everybody else is taken care of. And then in addition to that, he's saving it and not investing it. Nice guy. Bad way to spend $1 million. They say his advisor is Bishop Whitehead. So again, 50 million cut down to probably less than 20 million just off of taxes, lawyers, agent fees, and all that other type of stuff. And then he spent his first $1 million, and the only thing that he owns as an asset as a result of that, or an appreciating asset, is that he paid for his mother's house. And he only spent $100,000 to pay off the mortgage in Louisiana. We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. And again, I think he can do whatever he want to do. What does tag me in mean, and how do I do it? Means, yo, coming in and taking over so that you can give more insight and information on how to be successful. We need to do better, y'all. And this is why we need people like me and several others that's doing it really, really well, so that you can. Richard Fain is one of them. He's a former NFL player. So that you can help yourself live the life that you want to live for the rest of your life. You make the short-term sacrifice now. You do what you have to do, and then you can do what you want to do for the rest of your life. That's the move. That's the method. So listen, I think that we had an absolutely phenomenal show today. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping into the Millionaire Morning Show. Make sure you stay focused. Link to the Patreon is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Align yourself with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. We got a Patreon exclusive meetup next month, Midwest. We also got the Build a Business that's going on live streaming this weekend. I got a video, it's Patreon exclusive, that's releasing today or tomorrow. And we got all of the content that you unlock when you sign up to the Patreon. Tap into the Discord. Align yourself with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. And if you need to get in contact with me, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to get you set up. I love you. I appreciate you. Stop fumbling the bag. Be great examples for the people that come after us. And do not ever in your life Step outside of who you truly are because, ladies, your femininity is your superpower. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. Thank you for everybody that hit me with super chats, cash apps, PayPals, holding me down, supporting the platform. I love you guys. I appreciate you. For those of you that love basketball, Fight Club tonight. We talking basketball, NBA basketball. I'ma holler at y'all later. Peace.